Oh, hey, didn't see you there. I was just enjoying one of the coolest organisms along the PNW. You want me to tell you all about it? Well then, no time to waste. This guy is called the Bull Kelp, also known as Nereocystis luetkeana. It's a plentiful and flourishing kelp on our Vancouver Island, easily identifiable by its floating green-brown bulb on the ocean surface and the long blades sprouting from it. They grow from the Aleutian Islands of Alaska to San Luis Obispo in California. Bull kelp likes to grow at low intertidal to subtidal zones at depth of 20 to 100 feet. It grows best in clearer waters where sunshine can penetrate because they grow using photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is an energy-creating process that plants use to nourish themselves by converting sunlight into usable energy. Their long, flat blades rest on or just below the ocean surface and absorb sunlight. That sunlight is then converted within each alga by turning carbon dioxide and water into sugar and oxygen. Wait a minute, have you even got a clue what blades are? Why don't we get into a bull kelp's anatomy? Bull kelp basically look like if snakes had huge heads, with even huger ponytails, and even more luscious locks. The body of the kelp is primarily made up of its long, stem-like stipe. This is a hollow, thick, and strong tube. As you can see, they can be pretty darn long. At the end of the stipe is the holdfast, a root-like part of the kelp used to anchor itself to the rocky surface that kelp decides to live on. Go up the stipe and you'll find the bulb, also known as the nematocyst. This bulb is mostly filled with oxygen, but also contains carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide, maintaining its buoyancy on the ocean surface. Growing out of the bulb, you'll find the blades of algae, a lot longer than this usually. Or in a more fancy description, our snake's hair. The blades are plentiful, and their shape and size can be changed by the water current they grow in. Slower moving waters encourage blades with ruffled edges, while persistent currents elongate the blades, causing them to be heavier and straighter. Hearing about all these different parts of the kelp body is probably making you wonder how they end up forming in the first place. Not to worry, I've got your back. Bull kelp is surprisingly enough an annual seaweed. They grow from spores to fully fledged kelp in 12 to 18 months. The mama kelps have reproductive patches on their blades, also called sori of spores, that upon maturity fall to the ocean floor. The spores develop two flagella that they use as tails to have some movement along the bottom of the ocean. They settle clustered together near their mama algae and produce egg and sperm. The fertilized eggs will grow into adult kelp and restart the life cycle. The kelp fronds release the spores in the fall before the mama dies in the winter. Then they grow through springtime to flourish in summer. The speed at which these kelp grow is truly impressive, growing up to 2 whole feet in a single day, with an end length up to 118 feet. Like any algae, bull kelp are incredibly important to our ecosystem. Invertebrates like sea urchins feed on the kelp and use their forests as shelter from predators and strong ocean currents. Fish use kelp forests as nursing grounds for their babies. Marine mammals like sea otters use the grounds to hunt for said sea urchins, as well as for protection against the ocean's wrath. Even other seaweed species benefit from the kelp's presence. The world benefits, as kelp forests absorb up to 20 times more carbon dioxide than terrestrial forests during photosynthesis, not only helping cleanse our air, but also mitigating stress from ocean acidification. These kelp forests protect our coasts from rough storms too. Bull kelp are incredibly beautiful and complex organisms, and I, for one, am so grateful to live in a place where I can reap their benefits. Not only in the healing of nature that they provide, but also as a super tasty snack, as their stipes and blades are completely edible, raw, pickled, and cooked. Although when they're mushy like this, that means they're rotten. If there's one thing I hope this video has reminded you of, it should be that our oceans are awesome and must be protected. I've got 6 words for you now. Bull kelp cool, Hannah Booth out.